First half, I think I would describe this game as Dallas played super, super well, especially defensively.
Yeah.
Not just press, but every time they needed that extra defender, that was like Bogagu. Not only can she terrorize in attack, but she was there helping out defensively. I just thought this is going to be a game where either team's going to need a moment of like sheer quality. Did not see the second half and all three of those goals happening, but can you just talk about what the difference was in the second half? I don't even know. I watched the game. I can't tell.
Yeah, so Dallas came out in a different formation than anticipated. So at half, we found the spaces that needed to be exposed and balanced, and the pockets that people needed to find, the half spaces mostly. So I think once we got people hitting those, we had a little bit more success getting overloads.
Allie, you had so many, like, defenders meeting you when you would play with your back to goal and do your stuff that you love to do, all that physical play. Did something change for you in the second half that opened things up?
Yeah, I think a little bit we talked about for me. One, switching up, like coming to the ball and also like running in behind. And then also staying a little bit higher so like I can make space. I'm not checking into the midfield, and it gives space for the midfielders kind of to fill that space instead. So, yeah.
As a 10, I really appreciate when she can check in and I can run in behind, and I think that's another way we can solve the pressure.
Yeah, it seems like there was a lot more release of runners in the second half, and maybe the shape that Dallas came out with was somewhat, but also just the quality from the attacking side of Zephyr tonight in the second half was just, I haven't seen it like that yet from this club.
Yeah.
Did that feel like the faucets opened up for the team?
Definitely.
I would say so.
Yeah. I think it only adds more and more confidence as we go in, and just that muscle memory when we're in and around the 18.
Talk to me about your goals.
Yeah, first one, kind of like seems like transition moment, coming down the flank. Kenzie is driving on the ball and just like picks her head up, and for me as a forward, that's like a dream. I love just a cross on the ball, and it's just like go get it. So it was. For me, it's like that's what I love. So it was a nice. We haven't really scored that way, or like it's a little switch up of what we'd been doing. So.
Okay, and then Katie, your goal was kind of the same thing, except it was AB down the right.
Yeah.
And I would not have put you in the top 10 players on the club to cross the box and hit a header like that. It was like a center forward header. Come on.
Yeah, I think that started with great hold-up play. She won a great aerial ball, got the ball out wide. And since she was high, I know someone needed to fill the space and occupy the center backs. I think my run, I got in a little too early, so I just peeled back, and AB played a great ball in.
That's hilarious. This is not the first game for these teams, so this is...
Oh, there they go.
Wow. And now we get the power of the sun.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks you two.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
I'm
you.
still kind of speechless right now.
Can you hear me?
I'm going to warn you two, I can barely keep my composure because of what just happened.
Yeah, me too.
Let me start with just the statement of... They're not technically top of the league at the moment, but it's the difference in games played, blah, blah, blah. Dallas has been in some of the best form since we beat them 5 weeks ago. So just tell me about the statement that this win says about where the club is right now.
Yeah, I think we just constantly talk about stacking weeks, and we have a 4-game series against everyone in the league, and that was our mentality going into it, is to win the series, and now we did. So
We won the series.
2 wins, a loss, and a one. Yeah. So now it's just kind of, can we win the series going into it, and that sets us up for playoffs. And they came out in a different formation than we had prepped for, and so it took us a little bit to settle in. But I thought that once we got our feet under us and sorted it out, it was just, we know what we're capable of. It's just awesome to continue to stack these wins and these results on top of it and just continue the momentum.
Okay, and you played a pretty big role in the 1-0 win at the Cotton Bowl 5-6 weeks ago or whenever it was. We just have to talk about the goal. I'm going to start with this. I was talking to a friend in the 509 syndicate named Taylor during half, and he literally asks me, why don't we ever do short corner routines? And I was like, I don't know. You don't see much within the Super League, period. In the second half, not only did Dallas do one, here comes ours. I have a video with me going, it's a short corner routine. What is going on here? And then it's like, whoa, Sydney, second ball, boom, upper 90. Talk to me about the goal.
Yeah, I mean, it was just something that we worked on this week. We're really focused on our defensive sets and then trying to translate that with attacking sets as well, because we know how hard it can be to defend. And it was just something that we scouted. Like, we knew they left that space open, and we took advantage of it. And then I think the key to this game in general was second balls, because sometimes you have to go long to break their press. And so it's literally just doing that in every part of the field. And it was something that we worked on in training, and here we go.
You're still not really talking about the goal.
I feel like I black out during moments like that, but literally the ball just dropped to me and I just thought, like, just make contact with it. And that was what I did, and it was really exciting. I think what's so great in the spring so far is how much we're celebrating each other when we score, and it's creating such great camaraderie that when we do it again, like, you would never know that we were up 3-0 when we celebrated Katie's. So I think it just really goes to show how much we're gelling as a team, and like Joe says, like, we're stacking the days. So this one's done, like, we put it aside and then we move to the next one, but we celebrate what we've done, what we've accomplished tonight.
So much expression out there,
Ditto.
so much joy.
I'll just keep positive.
Okay, so I asked both Katie and Allie about this as well. In the first half, I thought Dallas were so strong. Ubogagu, in particular, who was subbed off at half, kind of grateful.
I had the same expression. But
Oh, dude, she was so outstanding,
Yeah.
and defensively, they looked impossible to break down. But we were good too, and it felt like a game where it was going to take a moment of quality. Tell me what you, from your perspective, especially you, Coach Joe, like what happened in the second half that 3 moments of exceptional quality.
Yeah, I think, again, I know I talked about it in that Tampa game, but I feel like that was such a growth moment for our team that it didn't matter what was going on. Sarah saving the goal, not getting the PK, Emma not getting that goal pulled back. Like, it just shows that our team is resilient. And in the fall, I felt like sometimes we were high and low and maybe freaked out or got into chaos. But this spring, I feel like you can see just the growth of the composure. And it was a battle going into it at half, made some adjustments, and then it was just, once we got that first one in, it just kind of snowballed. We got the momentum, and they kind of let up a little bit, in my opinion. And so I think it just shows the consistency, the resiliency, and that we've just grown and matured over the season. That it doesn't matter what's happening. If we're down a goal, down 2, down 1, up 2, up, it doesn't matter. We're just going to continue to lean into the process and just keep rolling.
16 points from 21, I think, if my math is right. What on earth? Okay, tell me what the mindset conversation will be like going into the Wednesday game, traveling to Lexington.
My message all week is just continue to do things together. I think Sid touched on it. It's celebrating each other. We've had to call on tons of different people. We've had different lineups, rotations, and that the team is just, our mantra is we over me, and you've seen that out here. Haley sliding to save a goal. Sid
Was
doing,
that Haley that blocked that?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
even Hope getting touches. I mean, it's just putting those and celebrating each other. Even if the players aren't getting on, making sure that our preparation in the week is spot on and the intensity, so that we can come out there and execute. And so the message, we're only going to go as far as we do it together. We can't, again, get too high or too low. If our heads get big and we get ego, we've seen other teams when they've gone really high and really low. We don't want to do that, because we've dropped some games that we could have won, but now we're rolling. And so we need to make sure we just continue to focus on the week ahead, continue to look at the series. If we can continue to win the series, we get to playoffs, and then we can go from there. But
It was a thrilling game, just a joy to watch, and a hell of a statement. So congratulations to
Thanks.
both of you.
Thanks. It's fun to play in.